Hello, beautiful friends. It's Erica. So, the last video I posted, I believe it was the last video I posted, where they effed around and found out, and you're done. I had no idea that it would hit hit a chord with so many of you. And in that, I had said I was going to do, originally, I said I was going to do a an extended video for it. But I didn't because you wanted nothing to do with that person. And I didn't want to even spend any more time going into what was going on with that person in the extended, which is what I was going to do. But I didn't know the scenario that was going to come up. And some of you wrote in that you were like, oh, I really wanted the extended. So this is going to be a little bit of that extended for those of you that that video was resonating for. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I'm just going to verify the scenario prior to going, because maybe there's another part of the collective that wants to get a message around dealing with, heartbreak, disappointment, breakups. I know with the energies right now, there's a lot of shakeups happening. So let's just look at what happened in this scenario before I continue. So let's see what is kind of leading up to right now. There's the eclipse energy, the full moon in Gemini, and the current energy right now is a time for healing. Yeah. So here we go. It's like you could feel something brewing in the distance, and you kind of were in this place of whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. And then there was a conversation. There was a conversation that happened possibly during, we're in Gemini season. But to me, this is more like right now you're in a stage of focusing on self, focusing on healing, whatever this change was. Again, the eclipse energy always expedites the inevitable. So whatever's supposed to happen will happen. It can just accelerate it a little bit. So this could be a process that started back during the last eclipses we had. I believe they were in March timeframe. But there's definitely a process here that was underway. And finally, there was a conversation that, you're now in the process of moving on from. So we are getting the same scenario here. And so with this, we're going to talk in this about like what you may be. I want some initial messages from Spirit for those of you that was resonating for. What messages does Spirit have for you right now? Initial messages does Spirit have? On call, hear, seer, priestess, soul purpose. So what I'm getting from this is you are a chosen one. If this has just recently happened to you, where something really massive happened that maybe felt like you had no idea was coming, or maybe you didn't expect it to happen the way that it did. But we're in a period of time right now where all darkness that was hidden, all manipulation, all lies, all deceits, all darkness is being called to the light, meaning it's all being exposed. And when this on call card is coming out, that means you are an especially gifted high priestess, seer, and a healer. You have a very strong soul purpose. And it is why this darkness came in to try to disconnect you from your gift and from your purpose. Wow, this is a powerful message. I have full body chills. It's like whoever this was, messed with the wrong person. Not because you're going to do anything about it, but because the divine and the universe is going to take care of it. There are universal principles, universal forces that just play out. And when you consciously and deliberately deceive, manipulate, hurt, cause pain to someone that is so divinely present here in the earth realm, there's a special there's a I don't want to say I feel bad for the person, but I kind of do because they have no idea on a soul level what they are, what they have created for themselves. You know, you are this was part of your journey though. This was part of your journey, was to help transmute this level of darkness. And there's a reason, and it's funny because in the last few videos I've shared some of this, where some very powerful light workers, and everyone's powerful in their own way, but there's some light workers that are here to transmute a lot of darkness for the collective. And that means sometimes they have to go through some challenging experiences. And a lot of those challenging experiences have to do with a very high level of darkness and manipulation. Because remember, the darkness isn't necessarily a conscious thing for the people that are exuding this energy. The darkness can use unconscious people, people who are unhealed, people who don't do the work. And so it's not necessarily a deliberate or intentional thing, but all all I see here is very strongly, you have a very strong soul purpose, and this is nothing on you. I mean, yes, it may have been hard and painful, but you are built of so much power and light that this is like almost like child's play in a way. Although when you were going through it, it didn't feel like it. But now that you're on the other side of it, it's like, oh, yeah, you are being shown as a gifted one. You're being reborn, because on call refers to being born in the amniotic sac. It's a very spiritually elevated, wow, major chills, major chills. You are being reborn. Oh, and I feel super emotional right now with hearing this message. Oh, that hasn't happened in a while. So this is a very powerful, if this is resonating for you, this is unique. This is obviously meant to find you. What other message does Spirit have for you? The mist, trust your inner compass, be led from within, okay? This experience was meant to make you doubt. But you are gifted with the inner compass that no matter what is going on, no one can take that from you. This is your light. This is your guiding light. This is where you are being led from within. And to me, this is a reminder for you also that no matter what's going on around you, always follow that inner compass. Your inner compass is so tuned in and dialed in, it will never lead you astray. The challenge can come sometimes when we don't listen to the inner compass, or we don't want to hear its whispers or its nudges, or we rationalize them away. Your inner compass is so dialed in, my friend. So dialed in. You can trust it. You may be doubting your ability to trust because you may be thinking, why would I have been guided in this situation this whole time? And all of a sudden this surprise or eclipse tower moment happened. Sudden tower, shocking even. Eclipse energy can be shocking. But don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. This is meant to sharpen your inner compass. Take it to a next level. Also, I forgot to mention, I will be doing an in-depth extended for this, where we're going to go a lot more into the impact of this experience, what's next for you, what Spirit most wants you to know. We're going to look at how you are being strengthened through this experience, what new gifts are coming in, all the new things that you have on your path, if you're interested. And also, if you want a private reading, I am currently open to them. There is a link below. So let's add to this. What other message does Spirit have for you? Stagnant waters, feeling stuck, a call for shifts, flow, and change. You know, it's really interesting because right before this eclipse, this tower moment that has come through for you, you were feeling like there was a stagnation. Things weren't moving. You wanted a shift, and guess what, my beautiful friend? You got it. But it was a shift that is required and necessary for your next stage of your evolution. You're not meant to be stuck in stagnation. You're not meant to be stuck floating around aimlessly, not being nourished by movement. And as much as maybe this breakup or this betrayal or disappointment or shocking turn of events happened to you, it got the energy moving again. It's gotten the energy moving. Like it's burst open again. It's no accident we're getting this card. You were in the stagnant waters. You were in the amniotic sac. You were protected. But it was stagnant. It wasn't flowing. And once it breaks open, it's flowing. So what is, let's just look quickly here. What is interesting? The moon. I didn't even have a question formed, and the moon is coming out. Trust your intuition. You are so guided. You are so protected. Spirit is making, you're having an elevation of your gifts right now. Your sacred feminine is rising like nobody's business. And remember, part of sacred feminine energy, yes, it's the nurturing, loving side, but there's also the dark feminine, which is the warrior side of the feminine. She who transmutes darkness. But you are guided. You're always guided. Things may have been hidden, but they are now revealed. Because when you were meant to have them revealed, they were revealed. If you weren't revealed certain truths up till this point, it's because you weren't meant to know it until you were meant to know it or see it or experience it. Sometimes the divine takes you on a path where you don't even know where you're going, but you are so in faith that you are guided by the divine, as it should be. You're aware, but your faith in the divine is unmatched. And you know this so much at a deep core level that you, even through this tower moment and this breakup, it doesn't even have to be romantic. It can be like breaking up with a career, getting fired, getting let go, company folding, and you being out of a job, being kicked out of your house. I mean, this can take other forms. But it's happening for you. Remember this, not to you, but for you. So for those of you not going to the extended, I'm going to leave you with a guidance message. But in the extended, I'm going to go so much more in depth on your messages from spirit, your path, your journey, your healing. All of that will be in the extended. But what is the guidance for those not going to the extended that have just gone through this scenario and are currently going through this scenario? Emotional freedom. Wow. See, you're set free. Things were stagnant. You weren't being able to express fully your heart. There was no flow. Maybe there was no reciprocity, but maybe you felt like you were sort of stuck. And now you are breaking free. You are free emotionally. You are lifted out of the stagnation. You're ready to fly. You're ready to show all of the colors of your heart. You have the wisdom. as much as this may have been difficult to endure, this is harder. Being stuck in emotional stagnation, stagnant waters where you're not really living fully, like that's not where you're supposed to be. This is where you're supposed to be, free from burdens, free from stagnation, allowing your emotions to be expressed freely to those who are expressing them back to you. And I'm going to pull another guidance message. And you are worthy, okay? This was a lesson in self-love and worthiness, and making sure that you see how worthy you are of the highest and best love, which starts with self, of course. And maybe this was a lesson where there was some aspect of you that didn't quite feel worthy. And this lesson was meant to demonstrate to you, oh no, I deserve the highest and the best. And I deserve to have that reflected back to me. So to me, this feels like this was a being reborn into your worthiness, into your freedom to be loved for who you are, exactly as you are right now. So my beautiful friend, comment down below if you can connect with this message. I want to send you support and love, as do all the other beautiful friends that are here on this channel. Because you got this, my friend. I'll see some of you over in the extended. If you'd like a private reading, do connect down below with the link to get yourself in the queue. So I'll see you on the other side. Until next time, bye.